Yeah, I mean, look, that what is capital gain taxes now? 40% with state and federal, close to that?
Exactly. So all these capital gains rates that we're talking about differing. You have your federal capital gains, your state capital gains. It differs in each state, obviously. And then you have the NIIP and then depreciation recapture. So all four of these add up to over 40% potentially that can get deferred by doing a 1031 exchange.
And that's something where over the lifetime of whatever that portfolio you're building, if you can take that 40% and continue to invest it over a 30, 40 year, the amount of additional, net wealth you can build by not having to pay that capital gains tax is huge.
It's astronomical, quite frankly.
And
Yeah.
then how many days do you have? I know you have a very set schedule once you sell property A until when you buy and identify property B.
Yeah, there's three strict timelines that have to get followed in order to qualify for a 1031 exchange. The first one is you have to hire a qualified intermediary. You have to start the exchange process prior to the close of escrow of the first property that you sell. So we have to get involved. The paperwork have to get signed. You have to show intent to do the 1031 exchange prior to the close of escrow
Oh,
of
by
the
the way,
first
thanks for
property.
shamelessly plugging my company. I appreciate that.
So that's number one. Have to get
Mhm.
started prior to close. And then the day you close escrow, you have 45 calendar days to identify potential property which you're going to purchase. And you have 180 calendar days to close on all properties which you identified during the first 45. So the 180 days total is what we call the exchange period. That timeline starts the day that you close escrow on the property you sold. And you have 180 days to close property on all potential properties you're going to be purchasing. And the first 45 of those days is the identification period. So you have to identify the properties during the first 45 days of the 180 days total. So all three
Cool.
timelines must be met in order to have a valid 1031 exchange.
And if you screw it up, then you have to pay the taxes. It's not like you go to jail or anything. But
No
you
jail
do have
time
to
and
pay that
luckily no
40%.
penalties. There are no penalties other than just the initial taxes that you're trying to defer in the first place.
Right. All right. Listen, I'm sure we could talk about this for another half an hour, but I do want to
Plus,
get into the idea of exchanging your primary residence. Most people know that you do get an exemption of a capital gain